There's the click in. We're going to be underway in 5 seconds. It's map 1 of the number 1 seed, bleh, against loleQ. I believe he's the number 17 seed. First map, Liandri. Fortuitous spawn goes to loleQ. He goes for the shock rifle. Does not go for the belt. Takes the elevator up, and bleh, I think, is going to duck back. No, he had a chance to go for the... He gets a telefrag in the portal. Wins himself the belt and spams, yeah, I know, for good measure. Wow. That was beautiful.
That's unfortunate.
He put. I don't know. Was that luck, guys, or did he plan that?
That was major mistakes by loleQ, is what it was.
Yeah, that's the thing. He could have easily taken the shock and gone for the belt and had it. Instead, he lets bleh, who played aggressively and I thought was going to go for armor, get position on him, catch up, and get that crazy telefrag in the portal. And now bleh has map control.
So even at that point, just turn around and spam shock balls at the doorway.
Even as aggressive as bleh is, I wasn't expecting that. That was crazy aggression to start the map, and it worked out for him.
Setting the tone early.
Ran at him with an enforcer.
bleh having that belt timed to perfection as is expected from the number 1 seed. Let's go see where loleQ's at. He's coming out of the armor lower flak area. Here's bleh above him. So he has knowledge, but bleh, I think, is actually... Oh, I thought he was going to head up to the sniper's nest, but he's just walking, making sure that loleQ doesn't have a chance to get that armor. Takes a little bit of damage. Has the high ground, though, but he's not going to drop to engage him. Stays up top. Going to be perfectly content with stacking and making loleQ come at him. At least so far. We're seeing loleQ duck back towards the armor. But bleh's going to have that timed.
I'm surprised bleh let him get the shock rifle there. I think he was relying on being able to hear loleQ if he came out low, but he was very sneaky about it.
And loleQ actually has position at the belt. Takes it off of him with the flat cannon, and the combo perfectly timed. bleh comes hopping around the corner and eats a facial. That wins loleQ the belt. Nice play.
That was a lot of damage he did with that flat primary.
A little bit of luck
Not
on
sure it
loleQ's
would have
side.
mattered though.
Yeah, with that combo, he brushed his teeth with it. And the pulse wins the day for bleh. He is just nasty with that. But look at that shot! Woohoo! We missed it. Saw it from loleQ's position. Lost his head just a second after peeking around the corner, and bleh is dialed in right now.
Very close encounter with the mini versus pulse. bleh came out of that with 3 HP and ended up turning it into another frag. Could have easily been 3-2.
I was gonna say, loleQ's getting him down. He just can't finish him.
bleh not going for belt though. loleQ gets it.
Yeah,
I guess he was. Now that I think about it, it's a pretty smart move by bleh. He had to get all 4 health packs to get back to 100, and he probably figured loleQ had a minigun.
Yeah, so that upper level cerebral play by bleh, and he's been pretty confident just in his fragging ability, and with a couple of well-placed sniper shots, that belt's not going to matter. As we see loleQ is biding his time, trying to close the distance, which I think is what he needs to do against a guy like bleh, but he eats the combo from above. bleh just read that perfectly. Turns it into an easy spawn kill with the headshot, and he's going to take the armor. And again, loleQ is just...
Wow.
He's having a rough go to start this game. He's had a couple of good plays, but hasn't been able to turn it into a lot of frags here.
Guessing you didn't even see that rocket kill.
No, I missed it.
That was very good stuff.
Was it long distance? That's probably why I missed it.
Oh yeah.
That's the one thing with the spectator thing. I feel like it doesn't do quite as good a job of alerting you to kills, but it's not quite as bad as like CS:GO.
Yeah, that's one of the things that NewNet was really great in, was that you can see the kills and the kill strings from spectator now.
Yep. Fantastic feature, of course.
Not
in rig.
It'd be great to get that in rig too.
It would be. I'm not sure how labor intensive that would be.
Yeah, you see how bleh spamming those rockets right there?
Did he hit?
He shot just one at random, and loleQ ran right into it.
Oh, wow.
It was disgusting.
I can't believe I missed that. I'm a huge fan of downtown rockets, and bleh is just putting it on loleQ right now. A couple of
Total
wide
map
open
control.
snipers.
Nothing loleQ can do right now.
So yeah, I mean, you guys, you're pretty seasoned players. If you're loleQ, how do you combat what bleh's doing right now?
Has to get a sniper rifle because bleh is not letting him get a shock rifle.
Yeah, even when he
sniper rifle.
Even when he gets a shock rifle, he's not going far with it.
I'm not even sure how we got a shock rifle here.
Pretty sure he spawned right next to it.
Oh, bleh going for the highlight reel sausage kill, doesn't connect. Body shots. loleQ closing the distance, but bleh is reading him to perfection. Trying to hit that killing primary, does right before he can make it to the health pack. And bleh is just stacked. He's making it look easy here. Absolutely looking like the 1 seed so far.
That's what you can't do. You can't get in a hit scan fest with him out in the middle.
Yeah, and that's what you need. Kind of catch him sleeping a little bit. Doesn't quite connect too heavily with that combo. Does some damage, although bleh 168 HP still. Part of a belt, I believe, as well. So one thing with spec fix, I can't quite tell.
Bleh heard the vials. He knows he's that sniper.
Going for the Hail Mary sausage kills. Let's go watch from loleQ, who's isolated in that sniper's nest. He's trying to play it slow, but bleh is not
He
buying
misses the
it.
sniper, I think.
I think he did, actually. And that's unfortunate, because he really could have leveraged that gun.
Yeah, he did miss it. It's still sitting up there.
This is what loleQ needs, though. He needs to get this armor, and then he needs to win a long-range battle. Really, if you want to, you can keep your distance in this map all day, and that's what bleh's gonna do, and just try to out-aim him. So, if he's gonna do that, then you have no choice but to get a long-range weapon yourself and fight him. Because if you just run at him with rockets, he's just gonna pick you apart before you even get there.
Yeah. You might even have to just kind of concede the outer areas. It looks like that's what loleQ's basically doing. He doesn't even want to step out there and show himself. His bleh is completely stacked and just hitting all of his shots. Although, I say that and the caster curse kicks in, he starts missing a few. Of course, loleQ not taking advantage of the rare misses from bleh. He's opting back towards the armor. bleh's deciding to chase now, perhaps getting a little impatient with the passive play from loleQ. Trying to contest that armor. And loleQ is just going to concede it and move back out to mid. Try to catch him sleeping with the combo. bleh is smarter than that, though. He's actually going to try to use this to get position on the belt. It's a smart move, and he's going to get it. A bit of a mistake by bleh there. So loleQ evening up the score with the belts. This is a good position to be in, although I think bleh still has the health advantage. Yes, he does, and he takes off some of that belt with a primary from distance. Like you said, you're perfectly content to just play from distance. And, you know, with a 13 frag lead.
No reason not to.
Yeah.
Rocket spam there, almost a direct hit.
Again, this is match one.
loleQ is just running around with rockets loading up, though. That is just not going to work against bleh.
Yeah, he's hoping for bleh to do something. Oh, that flak bomb lands at his toes. If that was a little bit higher, that could have done some serious damage. Look at this move. Oh, the fake piston.
Oh, missed the piston.
No, that's a fake, I think.
That's a fake, yeah.
That's a little bit of cerebral play there by bleh. Hoping to force loleQ to actually be aggressive and come at him, knowing he was going to piston. But loleQ doesn't bite. Either that or he was afraid to actually go at him.
Nice fast weapon switch play there by loleQ, though. He's going to get this next belt, too.
He slowed the pace down, but he hasn't been able to make up any ground.
Yeah, if he really wants to play this close-range battle, the only way you can really do it in this map is on armor.
loleQ hits some nice primary shots, but bleh closing the distance with a superior amount of health and finishes him off with the pulse rifle, showing that versatility.
I'm really surprised bleh left the shock rifle up, but loleQ misses it anyway, and bleh gets it.
Ooh, loleQ. A little bit of sneaky deakiness, hanging out in the elevator shaft. And again, like you said here, he's playing that spray and pray game with the rocket launchers. That's not going to pay off against bleh unless he just does something completely out of the ordinary.
I liked what he was doing a little bit earlier, where he was mixing in his rocket spam with shock primary, really using fast weapon switch to his advantage, but just
Because
running around the map loading up rockets is not going to do it.
Loading up rockets, spamming flak balls isn't going to get it done.
And at this point, with so much ground to make up, you got to start thinking of map 2, which unfortunately might be more the same because it's deck.
I was going to say,
and
it's going to play
Yeah.
the same way unless he's going to try to direct everything to the pit.
Bled's playing this really intelligently. He knows that loleQ can only succeed in close range, and he's just not even going into the armor room when he knows he's there. He's just camping it out, waiting for him to come out.
That takes a lot of patience, particularly when you're playing so well and you're hitting your shots. You kind of want more engagements, but if you're patient enough to wait for when your opponent actually brings them to you, you just maintain this ever-present lead, and he can never make up any ground on you because you're not making mistakes and playing to his strengths.
loleQ wisely retreating to the armor there. He had no chance of getting that belt with 1 HP. Bleh once again content to wait for him, not gonna push into the armor room.
He knows where he's at.
loleQ's going to have to push the issue here.
Yeah, Bled knows exactly where he's at, and he's not gonna go close quarters with him. He wants to keep his out aim him.
15 frags and 345 on this map.
Oh!
I don't think it can be done.
Bled barely jumps that flak, still gets hit by it, but it doesn't take max damage. That could have been deadly. It seems Bled does want to contest these belts though, even at close range, so loleQ really needs to be fighting for these belts at close range. Where that's going to be his best chance to get a frag.
But one place his rockets and flak will work too.
Yeah, exactly.
And this slow pace has turned into Bled getting completely stacked. I mean, he's at 199 HP, denies the armor even though he has most of his belt, I think. And just the textbook performance by him on this map so far. You got to think with 3 minutes remaining, it's likely that this is going to win, go in his favor.
It's out of reach at this point.
And I would just argue, unless something drastic happens in the next map, I think it'll be a quick 2-0 for the #1 seed.
Bled actually pushing into the armor room there, and loleQ wasn't ready for it.
Oh, and that shot! Before he can turn the corner, Bled connects, denying the potential belt to him. That's a clutch shot right there. Gets the belt. He hears him, though. But a 16 frag lead here on Liandri is just a mountain of frags to try to make up, especially against the likes of Bled.
It's impossible, really.
Yeah,
Game
particularly
is
with
over.
the time.
I don't care how many unlucky spawns you got in mid. 16 frags in 2 minutes isn't going to happen.
So you got to think.
Nice rocket work here.
He's keeping it close, but has to retreat there as Bled actually whips out the minigun. We saw Tobe employing that to great effect against Disc in that previous matchup, using it as a great finisher. When traditionally we're used to seeing guys go with the pulse. Bled denying the armor again, just playing textbook despite the fact that he's got a gargantuan lead here. He's like a robot. And I think, Fear, you commented on this once before, that the mistake, or the potential exploit for Bled is the fact that he is a robot. He's always going to play the numbers and choose the best course of action in any situation. So you have to kind of play against that, so to speak.
Yeah, especially on a map like Deck, he literally plays like a robot. He just challenges you to try and stop him, basically. There's nothing about his game that's super tricky. It's just pure brute force, and he does it brilliantly, really. And in this map, you really see him playing based on his opponent.
Yeah, perhaps showing off that cerebral game, which is what you need when you get to those top 5 to 10 players when you're playing those kind of opponents. They all can hit the shots, for the most part. But it comes down to playing your opponent and exploiting his weaknesses and playing your strengths, which unfortunately is perfect for Bled because he can hit from distance, and loleQ just having difficulty doing that.
Yeah, Bled can play any style, so it's just a matter of what you bring to the table is going to dictate how he plays on some maps. But On a map like Deck, he doesn't really change his style, even no matter who he's playing, because there's just a very specific way that he plays Deck. Did you say that that was next map?
Yep, it is
Deck?
map 2. So loleQ will certainly have to turn things around, step it up against a very similar map. Deck 16, which has the wide open middle, a few places you can hide close quarters like the pit. But you got to think bleh is just like you said, Fear. He's going to do what he does and dare you to stop him. As the first map goes convincingly to the number 1 seed.